Hey, what's up nerds? How's it going? Hope you're doing alright. Welcome to another anime figurine haul. So today I wanted to go through the Range Murata figures that I picked up over this channel's most recent hiatus. I'm sure a good number of you are probably already familiar with the name Range Murata, but for those of you who aren't, Range Murata is a Japanese illustrator who has got numerous published books, and has also worked as the character designer on anime such as The Last Exile, Shangri-La, Copcraft, and more. He's also been involved in games and other things in the industry. I have said on this channel in the past that he is hands down one of my favorite illustrators, and I still stand by that. I think his artwork is phenomenal, and I absolutely love his style. So yeah, all the figures in this video are going to be based on illustrations by him. Also to note, all the figures in this video are going to be at least a decade old. Most of the figures based on Range Murata's work came out during the early 2000s. A few came out during this first half of the 2010s, and then one with another one expected this year have come out since then. So yeah, I was pretty chuffed to find what I found in good condition. I think the worst one is like graded B on AmiAmi. So yeah. I guess with all the intro stuff said and out the way, let's get into the figures. So I guess we'll go in ascending order. So we'll start off with the older figures and make our way to the newest. So we'll start off with this one here. This one is, I think it's called Pinup, by the PSE product line by Beagle. Yeah. It's kind of hard to find the proper title for figures like this, because a lot of the time the title on MFC is just a jargon of acronyms and companies. So yeah, I'm going to assume it's called Pinup. This one came out in 2006, so it's around 17 years old at the moment. And the illustration this one is based off is this one right here. Really nice illustration, and I really like the style of it. So looking at the actual figure, it's not perfect, but I think that they did a good job of actually capturing the illustration and actually bringing it into a 3D figure. There are some slight issues with it, like the face does look a little bit plasticky, but overall I think that this figure does look really nice. I'd probably compare it more to prize figures nowadays than an actual scale figure, but I mean, I gotta give it some slack being, near 20 years old. So yeah, that's the first one we have. The second figure I have here is actually a color variation of the first one. So this one here is Pinup Pink version. I know, it's a very original name, I'm sure. But yeah, this is just obviously a pink variation of the first one. So instead of brown hair, we got blonde hair just to change it up. Then pink dress, yada yada. In my last video, I did say that I wanted to stop getting different color variations of prize figures because, it just kind of adds up for no reason and just getting the same figure over and over again. But Range Murata is kind of my exception because I like his artwork, and these are just old figures, so it's just nice to have them. Yeah. Also as well, on the topic of this figure, there's also a white version of it, which I already had. So I didn't get this one in during the hiatus. I already had it, but yeah, there's also this one that exists as part of the color variations. So since I already had this one, I also felt a bit more compelled to get the whole set. So yeah, now I have the entire trifecta of it. So yeah, that's just a fun wee tidbit to add. So moving on, the next figure I have here is the CDB Chair White Limited version. So this one is a color variation of another figure, which is based on this illustration here. This one was released in 2008, so it's a good 15 years old. And I think it looks alright. It's pretty cool. It will be nice to have the original, but I think that, the red here with the white clothing is a good contrast. I really like the design of the chair that's going on the inside. It kind of goes well with the style that Range Murata does a lot of his other benches and furniture in. So yeah, not sure what else to say with this. I just think it looks pretty cool. I think it still holds up as well as far as product goes, and you can't really see, but the shading on this actually looks pretty good as well. I would say it's definitely above like prize figure standards, especially like even today. So yeah, that is the third one we have. Also, probably not that important, but I didn't say, the box is also looking pretty fucked. It's graded C, I'm pretty sure, on Ami, but yeah. At least it's still a rectangle, so we're still winning compared to some other figures that I received over the past year, which I'll probably get into in another video. So this next figure is also from 2008 and part of their PSE product line, but from Beagle, sorry. But yeah, it is called Chris. It is a Christmas figure, and I'm pretty sure it's meant to be the original one, and it's like figurine variation line, because there's two other variations of this one. But for some reason I couldn't find the actual illustration, so it kind of makes me wonder. But yeah, this is one we've got. I really like how it's kind of laid out as far as its stance. How, I don't know, I like how it's presented, the whole she's falling with like a giant sack of presents. And also I really like how the face is done on this one. I think it looks super cute. I'll try to like put a picture up to kind of show it. But yeah, I really like how it looks considering it came out like 14 years ago. So yeah, that's the fourth figure we've got here. So as I said with the Chris figure, how there are 3 variations of it, the next figure we have here is one of those variations. So this one is Chris, the Miyazawa limited version, and unlike the other one, I could actually find an illustration that this one is based on, which kind of confuses me because that would just kind of lead me to believe that this one is the original illustration and then the other one should be a variant. But yeah, I don't know. I probably like this one a bit more than the other one. I mean, the entire like quality is the same. I still love the face of this one and just the entire everything, I guess. But I guess the fact that it is proper Christmas colors, and also I quite like the fact that it's brown hair, blue eyes, which is an aesthetic that I personally quite like. It's just, you know, that uncommon, you know, realistic hair color eye match. So yeah, I don't know. It's a cool figure. I quite like it, and yeah, we got it in. I don't know, man. So to finish this off, we've got one more figure here. Get ready for a very original name. This one is Headphone Girl by Moon Toys. Yes, very, very creative. So this one came out in 2011, so it's around 11, almost 12 years old now, and it is based on this illustration right here. Personally, this is probably one of my most favorite illustrations out of all of the ones that I've shown today. Sadly, I don't think that the quality of this figure is up to the standard of some of the other ones, especially Chris, mostly Chris. But I still think it's alright. I really like how they've done the face and the headphones and the boots on this one. I think all of that is really well done. But I just think they kind of were a bit lacking on the dress, and there's like at the very back, one of the shoulder straps doesn't quite reach the dress. It's a bit short because the dress is meant to be able to swap out with another torso piece. So it was kind of lacking a little bit there. But otherwise, I think this is really well done. I'm looking forward to getting it out of the box eventually, obviously. Put it with the rest of my Range Murata figures. And I think that's about it. There's not much I can really say about it otherwise. So yeah, they were all the Range Murata figures that I've had come in over this past year. I know it wasn't a lot, but I figured it was enough to like warrant their own video. Plus, I really like Range Murata's art style, so any excuse to make a video specifically on his stuff, I think is a good excuse. I do have 2 more figures coming in based on his work. One of them is a pre-owned one, and the other one is the one that's expected to get released this year. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you everyone that watched the video. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more figurine videos in the future. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.